everybody, Kat here, Vegas Fruity, and my hubby, Mr. Fruity. And we are on our way back to Las Vegas. We went to Arizona today to go to attend a wedding for a really special friend of ours. She's just really awesome. She's one of our older students, our past students, when we used to teach photography class. We did homeschooling and things. And then she became our babysitter, the most wonderful babysitter in the world. Would put Mary Poppins to shame. I mean, she was just amazing. And she's actually become an officer in the Marines now, so, which doesn't surprise me that, that an officer in the Marine type person is the one that can handle our kids. But makes a lot of sense. But she's really, really wonderful, and it was really nice to see her so happy and to make the trip to do that. So anyway, we're on our way back home right now, but I wanted to update you on some things. Let's see. Last week I was out because I had the rotavirus, and so that's been going around. I hope you don't get it if you haven't already had it. It's just this really wicked stomach flu that's amazing. It's terrible, and it's been through all of our boys. My hubby hasn't had it yet, thank goodness, knock on wood. But I did now, and it lasted about like 5 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I count yesterday, it was 6.
Oh, it was horrid, and I just could not eat anything for days and days and days, and I started this new program where it's like I eat what I want to eat, the same, things that I would normally want to eat, but I'm tracking it, so it's like, I've never really been a big fan of Weight Watchers, but it's, I was looking into it, and there's a program that I could order for my iPhone, which is called iTrackBites, and I ordered it. It was like $2.99, as opposed to, and I'm not knocking Weight Watchers at all, but as opposed to paying like hundreds, over time or to join or whatever, and not have to do that right now. And I just kind of was curious to see what it was, like. So I put it on my phone. I started tracking my things. You have to input all your information, and then based on your profile, it gives you a certain number of bites or points to have during the day, and then you get weeklies, and you can keep track of your activities, and it's this really neat program. I'm really enjoying it. But the first week I started using it, I actually took off 8.5 pounds that week, which is like phenomenal. It's amazing because, see, I was eating high fat for a while and exercising a lot, but I lowered my carbs so much that I think my body went into stress zone, and it thought that it wasn't going to have, a lot of the ready sugars, and it went into some sort of, it wouldn't burn any fat, and then it started packing it on, so it like packed 6 pounds on, and before that I had packed on, like 6 more pounds, and then on top of that, I was supposed to lose 10 pounds or so. And so by this time, I'm having a chunk that I had to work on. And it's like, you know what? I just need to do this thing. That's why I looked into the iTrackBites. Anyway, so right off the bat, I lose 8.5 pounds that first week of tracking, which is phenomenal.
A noticeable difference.
It was a very big noticeable difference. And I know that that's not like going to be a normal week. But I'm very grateful for that. And then the week that I was sick this last week with the stomach flu, I lost 5.5 pounds. And I think that was, of course, due to the flu. But, so now I'm at like 14.5 pounds or so that I'm down. Yeah, and so what I really like is that it has this little, thing. And it's very much like, I think, like a Weight Watchers app. Where it has like a barcode on it. So if I'm going to eat like certain crackers, and I really, I think that the confusion of overeating just enough so that you don't burn calories in a day, the confusion comes from not knowing how much you really need to stay under in order order to make a burn. And even though, I may be eating wonderful, wonderful things, and if I'm over that calorie level, I'm not going to lose any weight. And so I'm tracking the same things that I was eating before, but since I'm tracking it, say my crackers that I eat, some rice crackers, I tracked it. Well, now I know instead of eating 6 of those, I can only eat 4 for so many of my points or bites for the day, and then I can eat more, but I have to count them, and then take away something else. It's really about accountability. And so what I end up doing is actually making the choice, well, you know what, I'll just have 2. I'll have 2 so that I can have something else later, a little bit more of something else. You really become conscious of, and I know people hate to hear calories in, calories out, but it's more than that, because it is about choices as well. But a large part is, yes, if you want to lose weight at some point, you're going to have to get into a deficit. I totally agree with that. Absolutely nothing else was working for me at all. And I've done intermittent fasting, OMAD, I wasn't able to budge, for a while. And I couldn't figure out why, and exercising like crazy, which I love to do, but that wasn't helping, and so, but this helped, and it really makes sense. And I feel in control, and I see the direct correlation, and what would you say, the direct like cause and effect of my choices and what they result in. And so it's been so noticeable. My hubby downloaded it as well because he wants to try it out. And then I know for men, it happens like that. So, but it's been happening for me pretty good. So
it works for me. All I had to do was just download the app, and it worked.
Yeah, he lost weight by just downloading the app. Right. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, actually. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Again, it's called iTrackBites, and I really am enjoying it. It's really good. And one thing that I noticed about it too, I know I gave up sugar was it 2.5 months now? Or has it been 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months.
It's been 3 months already, and it's fine. I don't really miss it. Once in a while, I find myself talking about, gosh, I really would like to have a donut, or I would really like. It's not because I gotta have that sugar. I'm not having that sugar rush, but I think I miss the experience because I equated it with fun, for some reason. And I usually opt out to do something else, and I'll carry a bunch of like these little things, these little tangerines or something around, and usually these do the job, or an apple or something like that. And on this iTrackBites thing, it's really great because most fruits and veggies are free foods, and so they don't ding you on it. I think you need to watch out for the starchy ones, of course, and I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on that, but for me it works, so I know you have to do what works for you. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. What else? Oh yeah, about the choices and stuff like that. I know that when you watch things like this, I used to be really against using Weight Watcher type programs, and the reason why is because I see people saying, well, I can have this thing that I shouldn't have at all because it's full of hydrogenated oils and all of this other stuff, but I can have so much of it because I can get it into my points, and it's okay. And the reason why is because it's like if you take that stuff in your body, it's still going to cause you damage, even if you take a little bit. You should find a healthier alternative to that. But that being said, yes, it's true. At least people are counting. At least that's a start, because if they're going to go, I can have a teaspoon of this really bad thing instead of like a bowl of it like I used to, well, gosh, eventually they're going to say, is it really worth having? Because that's not going to fill them up, and they're going to realize what's going to fill them up is something much healthier for them. And for that reason, it's a start. So what I like is that it kind of clarifies and it kind of magnifies the idea of having healthy things. Because, you know, if you want to have a huge salad that's really good for you and that's not loaded with things that are bad for you, you can add it up on your points and you're going to see that you're going to fly on this program. I mean, it's going to be like amazing for you because you already have that background, you know what I mean? But if you have to work through that, it's going to have to take you a while. If you're stuck on having junk, you don't want to pull yourself away from the junk. When you go to fast food places on a trip, like the one that we're on right now, we're looking and I'm pulling it up going, okay, well, what's the healthiest place to eat? Subway is probably the best. I think the Veggie Delight, it's only like 5 points or something for that sandwich, which is really good. But if you're going to go somewhere and have like a hamburger or something, you are not going to find a hamburger for less than, 18, 20 points starting. And I get 28 points total for the day. No, I don't. I get 30 points total for the day. So I am not going to go blow it on something that I know is going to make me sick or it's just not going to be worth it. You are going to it really does call you into big time accountability. And I think that's very often, even in a very healthy diet, that may be the missing component. So anyway, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying that, if that's one of the missing components that's not there and you're not seeing a change and you're doing everything right, it may be that, you just don't understand how many calories your specific biochemistry actually needs to get to the point where you can start losing calories and losing weight. And that's the biggie, and that's what you need to figure out. And what I like about this program is it kind of did that for me. So I tried to do all of the calculations and the BMIs and blah, blah, blah. And this is how many calories I have. And I was using the chronometer, and I just wasn't getting it. I just was not getting it. And this totally gave me the exact number that I needed. And,
you plug in the basic data like height and weight
and age, which is very important because I'm 50, and I hate saying this, but yes, I'm post-menopause, right? So I have to consider that things are changed, but at the same time, nothing's been so easy as this. It was simple. It was so simple, and it was like I was trying to make it harder than it needed to be. So,
and you can use your phone as a scanner.
And I could use my phone.
Scan the barcode, and it'll tell you what a serving is worth.
Right, and if
in your program.
Right, and if you're only going to take half a serving, there you just click the button and take the serving down. I've taken the button down to a quarter of a serving of things because that's all I want, and then so I get points according to that. And that way, I don't have to try to guess, and I know exactly where I'm at. I do guess high sometimes because I want to make sure that I'm covered, and so I think that helps too. But anyway, so you can control your activities, you can control the number of fruits and veggies and all your components that you have and everything. It's just a really great, I can't say enough about it. And I'm not dissing Weight Watchers for anybody who's on that. I think it's fabulous if it's just like this. Good on you. That's amazing. And I think that it's worth checking out. So I can see I'm losing my light. I can barely see anymore. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for listening.